If you hate cold calling, good. You should. Because nobody tells you what it actually does to your business. Just keep calling. Eventually somebody will say yes. But here's the part that they conveniently leave out. What kind of client says yes to a random cold call? They didn't choose you. You just wore them down. You don't earn their respect. They treat you as an adversary. But I do have some good news. You do not need to build a business this way. And I am living proof there is another option. One where clients find you, they like you, they are ready to work with you, they don't even interview anybody else. And you never have to beg, chase, convince anybody ever again. I discovered this almost by accident. I started making very simple, informational, educational videos in 2017. And within about 6 months, I was getting almost all of my business from my YouTube channel. These were clients who reached out to me first. No ads, no buying leads. I just got amazing clients to work with. So I'm gonna walk you through my 5-step framework that I teach agents who are ready to stop begging for business and ready to start attracting clients who respect them, who actually want to work with them. Now, most agents think that YouTube is just a place for fancy listing videos and that you have to have really complicated equipment and tons of the non-existent time that you have in order to make any of this work. That is the expectation, but the reality, not nearly as difficult as you think it would, and it's a lot more effective than you probably think. You don't need a viral channel. You don't need 1 million subscribers. By the time I had 100 subscribers, I was getting paying clients from the channel. By the time I had 1,000 subscribers, I was making well into 6 figures a year. You just need the right message for the right person at the right time. And when you get that right, this whole thing just freaking works. And it works whether you're creating a brand new channel for the first time or whether you've had a channel for a while, but you weren't following any of these strategies. We'll just give it a little facelift and maybe it will now. So here's what we're going to cover in this video: the real reason your channel isn't growing and how to fix it, the 3 best video types that actually get you clients, how to title your videos so that the right people find them, why sharing your YouTube video on social media is killing its performance, and how to convert viewers into actual leads. This is the exact strategy I teach to agents who are done with chasing. So let's move on to step 1. I want you to pick one person with one problem, and that is the ideal viewer for this channel. Not a broad general audience, not anyone who wants to buy or sell any type of property in the entire area that you service. And if you have a channel now and you're not getting leads from it, this is 99% of the reason why it's not working. You want the viewer to watch the video and feel like this was made just for them. They should think, oh my gosh, you're in my head. You're saying exactly what I'm thinking. Like, how do you know this? You are reading my mind. That is how you build trust fast, because it feels personal. It doesn't feel like a commercial. It doesn't feel like a sales pitch. It doesn't feel like you just talking about all of your awards and designations and how you're a top producer. But most agents go way too broad. I evaluate a lot of channels every single week, and they're always too broad. I can't tell what their channel is about other than the city where they live. When your message is too broad, the algorithm doesn't really understand who to surface your videos to. And so the people who do see it might click, but they leave pretty quickly because it wasn't really for them. One of my students was making very broad videos for a city where I think population is more than 3 million people. And she would typically get about 100 to 200 views on any of her videos. And then one day I said, who do you really want to work with the most? Who are your favorite type of clients? And when she sat down and looked, it was people a lot like her. They shared a similar situation. They had a very specific problem, and she decided to start making her videos for that person. Well, boom, the channel took off. Now her videos get thousands of views, not hundreds of views. YouTube understands who the audience is and is now putting her videos in front of the right people. They don't reach everyone. They reach the right people. These videos solve one specific problem. And more importantly than that, they're not just watching, they're taking action. They go to her website, they fill out a form, they send her an email, they call her on the phone. She is getting people into her CRM that she can follow up with and convert into paying clients, all because of the simple tweak in the strategy for her YouTube channel. So stop speaking to everybody and start speaking to one specific problem. Step 2 in the framework is the type of videos to make that actually attract clients. Most agents are posting the absolute wrong type of content for YouTube. They do local area spotlights and restaurant reviews, and they make listing tours, which are great, but they have terrible titles. This is not why people are going to YouTube, and even if they watch the video, they're not going to convert into a client. If you want your videos to bring in actual clients, not just likes and views, these are the 3 things that you need to focus on. Search-based videos that answer specific, high-intent questions, comparison videos that help buyers and sellers make decisions, and story-based videos, stories that make people feel something and remember you. Start with videos that answer specific questions that your potential clients are typing into YouTube. Let's say you're making a video targeting sellers. You can make a video called, "What are your homes really selling for in city?" It's not what Zillow says. For a video for buyers, it could be something like, "How much is flood insurance in area?" Because they've heard of it. Do they need it? Is it going to be required? How much extra? All of the things. These are questions that people already have, and they are searching online for the answer. And I guarantee you, they would much rather watch a video by a friendly, local, knowledgeable agent than read some blog post on a national website that talks in very broad strokes, nothing local to the area that you're considering. Then there are the decision-making videos, the kind that help people weigh the pros and the cons, weigh their options, and make a decision. Maybe a buyer is wondering, should I continue to rent or should I buy? Is this a good time or should I wait? Should I wait until the interest rates go down? Maybe the seller is saying, should I sell as is or should I do repairs? Maybe someone is saying, should I move to Charleston or should I move to Savannah? Spoiler alert, I live in Savannah, so the answer is always Savannah. When you help them think through those decisions, you're not just giving them the information, you're helping them come to a decision on their own, and you're giving them guidance, and you're steering them toward a possible conclusion. But they're going to feel like they came to that decision on their own with your help. They start to trust you because of this. And finally, one of the most powerful types of videos is a story. The best performing video on my channel has had over 150,000 views, and it was a story when I moved from South Carolina to Georgia, and I hired a moving company because they were the cheapest. And boy, did that decision come back to haunt me. I told the story as a real life example of what not to do. And it's like a train wreck. People can't look away. It is by far the top performer on my channel just because I told a really good story. People won't remember statistics. They won't remember numbers. They won't remember a market update, but they will remember a well-told story, especially if you can then make it relevant to the thing that they want to do, the thing that they're having a problem with, the goal that they want to accomplish. What kind of story could you tell? Maybe you could tell about the seller who you gave them some advice to do a minor facelift on their kitchen, and it ended up selling for $50,000 over the asking price. So their return on investment was 150% of what they spent to do it. Maybe you could tell the story of the first-time buyer who never thought they would be able to afford a home because they were a disabled vet, and then you came along and told them about the VA loan, and they were able to buy it with no money down, and they cried at the closing table because they were so happy to finally achieve the American dream. That's one of my real life stories, and that's a video on my channel. And I love that story so much. It like practically brings me to tears every time I watch it. It's a great story. Stories build real connection with your viewer. And when you do them right, I promise you will never need to cold call again. Instead, they will watch and feel like, oh, I need to call this person right now. Step 3 in the process is to stop cross-promoting your videos on other social media platforms. Now, I know this seems totally counterintuitive. You've been told that you should repurpose your videos. And if you're going to make it once, we should use it on all of the platforms. We should put it on LinkedIn and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. We should put it in all of the places. But if you're serious about making YouTube work for you, then I need you to pay attention right now. Look at my face. This part is not negotiable. And here's why. Every time you post your YouTube link on another platform, you're pulling in the wrong viewers. You are not pulling in the one person with one problem. You're pulling in Your coworkers, your friends, your family, you're bringing in all these people who will click on the video because they know you and they want to support you, which is awesome. But they are not interested in what you're talking about. So they click and they only watch it for 10 or 15 seconds and then they bounce. So when they do this over and over and over again, the YouTube algorithm says, oh, this must not be a very good video because people click, but they don't stick. They click and then they bounce. They don't watch this video. It must not be very good. So when you upload your next video, YouTube does not show it to people nearly as much. It suppresses it because it's been getting all of these signals that no one likes your videos. It tells the algorithm that your video is not worth watching. Ouch. It doesn't increase your click-through rate because they're not clicking in YouTube, they're clicking on Instagram or Facebook or wherever they were. It doesn't increase your watch time because they don't stick around and watch it. So it is not doing you any favors, and in fact, it is harming your channel. And this was the hardest mindset shift for me to have to make because I used to make my video and then I would share it on Facebook and I would talk about it in Facebook groups and I would share the link here, there, and everywhere because I thought if I didn't, nobody would ever watch the video. And then I realized that that was a big mistake. So I stopped doing it and my views went down. Oh my goodness, did they crash and burn? They fell off a cliff. It was very scary. And I thought, what have I done? This was the biggest mistake. I can't believe that I made this decision and I panicked. But after a couple of weeks of just posting my video and letting the algorithm do its thing and not me meddling and trying to make something happen, all of a sudden the views started to go up again. Because now the algorithm can finally do its job. And its job is this, to put the right video in front of the right viewer at the right time. YouTube wants people to click on videos that it will enjoy and watch to the end. And it wants us to get views on our videos so that we continue to make videos and put it on their platform. It's a win-win for everybody. But it can't do that if all of your early viewers are friends and family and people who had no business watching that video in the first place. So even though it feels like you are not helping yourself to stop sharing it on other platforms, let YouTube find the people for you. Just post it and walk away. Let YouTube do its job. You do not have more data points than YouTube does, I promise. Let it do its job. Step 4 is about getting your videos discovered without relying on luck, hashtags, or hope marketing. Because let's face it, even if you make the best video in the whole world, it's not going to help you if nobody sees it. Now, I'm not throwing any shade here because I've done this many times myself. But have you ever uploaded a video to YouTube and as it's uploading, you're like, oh, I haven't thought of a title. Maybe I should think of a title. Let's write a title. And we pick the first one we can think of and boom, we post it. Have you ever done that? Tell me in the chat if you have. Tell me in the comments. You can't just upload the video and hope that it works because YouTube doesn't run on hope. It runs on signals, and the signals start with your title. You have to title it with words that people are actually searching for, not a clever caption on TikTok or a newspaper article. No one is typing, let's talk about the market, into the YouTube search bar. They are typing, what are home values in Santa Cruz? Or what's the cost of living in Detroit? That's what makes your video discoverable. You are using phrases that people are already searching for online. You're not chasing views, you are matching intent. I have a slide that I use in a lot of my presentations. It demonstrates the power of a good title with a keyword that people are Googling. In my video, that phrase was home prices in Savannah, and the other one was a listing tour. It hardly got any views because no one is searching for the address of the property unless they're already aware that it's for sale. So when you're brainstorming title ideas, stop describing the video and instead start thinking like your ideal prospect. What are they searching for online? What do they want to find more information about? What are they typing into Google right now? And start using those phrases and then make it compelling and curiosity invoking, intriguing, maybe a little bit controversial or polarizing. Maybe you say something like, whoa, what? And then they're going to click because they want to know what your opinion on the matter is. And if figuring this part out all sounds a little bit overwhelming, I totally get it, but that's what I'm here for. In my program, Video Boss Agent Academy, we talk about this stuff every day. We talk about keywords and titles and thumbnails and what should you make videos about and who should your one person with one problem be. We talk about all of that stuff. So if it sounds like something that you would be interested in, I will put the link down below to Video Boss Agent Academy so you can get all of the information information and see if it's something that might help you. Now, step number 5 is what happens once this all starts working. When someone watches your video and they call you or they send you that magical message that says, I've watched all of your videos. Will you please help me? Are you accepting clients right now? That is an amazing day. But this is the part that most people don't think about because we're so busy hustling for the next deal that we don't slow down to put our systems in place. And you can't wait until you're drinking from the fire hose before you finally say, I need help. You have to put those systems in place up front because you're not convincing people to work with you. They've already found you. They've already decided that they want to work with you. They're going to start reaching out. And we need to have some systems in place. So when someone calls you, you have a client intake form. You ask them all the same questions. And one of them is, how did you find me? And when they say YouTube, you're going to celebrate because it's an amazing thing. You should also ask if there was a specific video, because if they tell you what that video is, you want to go make more videos like that. When you know that there are a couple heavy hitters on the channel that are bringing you the majority of the business, the 80-20 rule, go make more like that. Then have a simple follow-up system in place. Maybe you suggest to have a Zoom call and see if you're right to work together. I love that phrase because it lets them know that I'm interviewing you just as much as you're interviewing me. I don't just work with anybody because I'm the prize and the prize doesn't chase. You chase me. And you get to find out, is this person a jerk or are they a great person? Is this somebody that has realistic expectations? Are they going to demand all of your time? Do they have champagne taste on a beer budget? You get to decide, I don't think that I'm the best person to help you, but Joe in my office would be perfect for you. I'm going to refer you to him. It's a wonderful business model when you get to say no to the clients that are not your best people. You don't have to take business anymore just because you're so desperate for the money. You get to pick and choose. Are you the right person to fit into my world? And if you're not, that's okay. There's plenty more coming along right behind you. I have a client whose entire channel is about helping people avoid foreclosure. And she put this strategy in place. And one day she's like, oh my gosh, somebody filled out the request to have a Zoom call with me. I am so excited. And I was even more excited for her than I think she was because yes, she was so passionate about the subject. And after making many videos, finally it started to work. And then just a couple days later, I emailed her and she said, I'm just walking into a client meeting. The guy is in a reverse mortgage foreclosure situation. Let me talk to him and I'll call you back when I'm done. I am telling you, this works. And the best part of all of this is you film the video one time. You take a couple of hours to film it, to edit it, to make a thumbnail, to upload it to the YouTube channel, and it just works for weeks and months and years to come. It's the best use of my time ever. It will continue to attract clients because that's what the system was designed to do. This 5-step framework was how I built a business that I actually love, with clients that I love working with, that I didn't have to beg for and I didn't have to twist their arm to work with me. I know you've been told that it's hard, but it doesn't have to be. If you just decide to stop listening to the old school advice and try something new, you might be amazed at what happens to your business. But the part that trips everybody up so much is the one person with one problem. Everyone is really tempted to go super broad. So in this next video, I'm going to go into great detail about why you should niche down, how you decide what the niche should be, and who the ideal viewer for your channel should be. So watch this video next.